Cristiano, was that the best free kick you've ever struck?
It's difficult to say, but maybe this one is the best.
So let's kick the whole thing off with the run up to the ball. But before we do that, keep in mind that everything I'm about to tell you will apply whether you are trying to achieve a knuckleball from a free kick situation or if the ball is moving. Anyways, like I told you, my technique is 100% inspired by Cristiano Ronaldo, and the run up he does is simply a little bit weird. You want to run up to the ball from a little bit of an angle. You don't want to have an exactly direct straight angle to the ball. And at the same time, you don't want to have as much angle as when you are kicking a curving free kick. You run to the ball on your tiptoes. And the last step, you kind of lift yourself up with your toes like this. If you watch Cristiano Ronaldo's free kick goals, you will see he will always make that same motion. Running to the ball, lifting himself up, almost preparing his foot for what's about to happen when he strikes the ball, like this. Whoop! And then he kicks. It's a very unnatural movement, especially if you're not used to running to the ball like this. Some people like to run up to the ball flat-footed with their heels on the ground all the way like this. But my way of doing that is approaching the ball, running on my tiptoes and locking my ankle with the last step before kicking the ball once again like this. Now that we have the run-up locked in place, you want to know which part of your foot should you use to shoot a beautiful knuckleball. And for me, the sweet spot area is right around here. It's basically the area slightly away from your toes and more towards the laces, right up here. And I know a lot of you guys will tell me, guys like Kevin De Bruyne, David Luiz, and perhaps even some other YouTubers will tell you to shoot knuckleballs like this, with the inside of your foot. They approach the ball and shoot the ball like this. To me, that's unnatural, it doesn't work for me, and my style is kicking the ball with this part of my foot. And what do you want to do? You want to lock your ankle, point your toes down like this, and hit the ball with this area, and you should be solid. So, next up you want to know where in the ball should you kick. And honestly, pay attention, because to me, this is the most important part of achieving a beautiful knuckleball. Just think about it. If you hit the ball too much on the side, you're gonna get side spin. If you hit it too low and slice your foot under it, you're gonna get backspin. And like we learned in the beginning, we are trying to shoot the ball with as little spin as possible, if not with a little bit of beautiful top spin. And the way to achieve that is to hit the ball in the dead center, slightly on the lower half. The reason you wanna kick the ball slightly on the lower half of it is simply because if you hit the ball too high, it's not gonna have any air on it and it's just gonna roll on the ground. Also, when shooting knuckleball free kicks, you've probably seen a lot of people searching for the valve and facing it towards them on their run-up like this. And while it's not gonna make the ball fly any more weird in the air, it is a very good thing to do because you actually get a visual reference on where the dead center of the ball is. But honestly, this tip is more for the people who just have a routine of shooting free kicks and they want to do it the same way every single time. So, the last thing on our menu is the follow through. And long story very short, you want to keep your follow through short and sharp while leaning over the ball like this. So compared to some other techniques out there, in order to shoot a beautiful knuckleball, you don't want to follow through by just letting your foot swing all the way up like this, and you don't want to stop your follow through completely after your initial contact with the ball. So basically what happens is that after you hit the ball and you follow through quick and sharp, your foot is gonna go slightly across your body, and what that does is makes your non-kicking foot drag along the ground like this. Don't worry about that movement, it just happens because your foot and your whole body weight is pushing you slightly on the side. So putting all the steps together, you approach the ball with your tiptoes, you prepare and lock your ankle on your last step before hitting the ball, kick the ball with the instep area right here in the dead center, follow through, lean over the ball, and you're good to go.
For Cristiano Ronaldo. The shot of superlatives. And David James might have been playing in the Premier League since its very first weekend in 1992. He hasn't seen many past him.
Well, I have to say I'm running out of words to describe this lad. Look at that ball.
Guardiola raised.